Hello, this is Coy, and welcome to the Eclectic Cottage, and thanks for joining me today for day 63 of the 100-Day Project. Okay, if you're following along, if you're new here, by the way, if you're new here, welcome. Come on in, sit right down. Let me tell you that we are working on a little series of 3 journals right now, and where we left off was just we're working on pockets first. Okay, we've already created our covers. We've added interior pockets. Our signatures are all sewn in, and I am now working on pockets. After that, we'll do pocket stuffers. It's a system, okay? It's a system. Systematically work our way through it and get these ready for display at my son's tattoo shop. And we took the pocket ephemera, the ephemera that we knew would be used for pockets, and just laid it in throughout the journals. I have gone through and glued in some things, and then some of the larger things that need more work, like this, needs additional work. They still have to be done. So we're going to at least work through one of the journals together here today, and I may or may not work on the others. The others on camera. I may do those off camera. We'll see. But this is the journal that we're going to be working on today. I just love the blue eyes. Okay. All right, well, let me say hello. I hope everyone's doing well, and I appreciate you being here, keeping me company. It makes my work day, my crafting day, go so much faster. Okay, so this is done. I just think isn't he cute? Okay, and it may not, I don't know exactly what to put in here. I probably could have used to leave a little bit more open, to give it a little bit more space, but we're going to work with what we have on him. He is adorable. Okay. Let's see what we need to work on first. Let me add a little bit of glue here. Some of these pages, because this paper, this manila paper, is larger than 8.5 by 11, I always have to do something to it. So often I just end up folding over, because it's 9 by 12 is actually the size of it. So it's 9 inches tall. So I usually end up folding the bottom up to make a little pocket. Or the side, either the bottom or the side. You can make a pocket, a tuck, either way. Okay, let's glue that guy down. It's going to be the same on the other side. Where's the other half of that page? Right here. Let's just add our dotted glue now. Okay. All right. I was just in on Facebook, and I heard people questioning, what to do with, with busy pages like this. Okay, there are so many different things that you can do, and some people worrying, when you're new, there's a lot of things that cross your mind on how do you know when a journal's done? How do you know when it's completed? How do you know when to stop? Okay, is one frequently asked question. And the real answer is there are no rules. There's no rules. Okay, you can't get it wrong. What if this on the back, and then you would have blue, blue. Okay. This is a nice double-sided printed page, so there's no wiggle room to make him smaller, so that piece is out. No wiggle room. Wiggle room. Now I want something bluish. All right, I may just go ahead and use this. Actually, we could use this whole thing and then just use him as an add-on to the front. How would that be? Because this fits pretty much perfectly. And it's already made, almost. I would like to make it a little more narrow. Okay, sometimes things just happen. Could have folded that over. Actually, I should have folded it over. Didn't. Let's see. All right, let me use my cutting mat here. Try and get it a little bit straighter. I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Where's the little black thing? My little black knife. Okay. Why are you not right here? All right, that's not happening. Okay. I feel like since I put this mat down, it's harder for me to cut a straight line. Maybe because out of my peripheral vision, I'm seeing so many lines. I don't know. I feel like I was able to cut freehand a straighter line before I added the mat. Anyway, I guess that's here nor there. Since we didn't fold it over, we could just glue this on. Maybe to the inside? Yes, I think we will. Well, yes, I think we may not. Just a tiny little fold. How about we do just a tiny little fold? Just to give the top a little more stability. And I do wish I would have folded that right there instead of cutting it. Hindsight. Sometimes hindsight is 20/20, right? But we're junk journalers. If we don't like it the way it is, we fix it. So let's fix it. This is what we're doing right here. Now, let's see if we need to trim our little guy down. Yeah, we probably should. I'm going to use my paper trimmer for that. This is going to put him just inside the edge. And even here. Okay. A little off the top, a little off the bottom. So some of our blue border will show. Okay. Now, feels a little on the rough side around the edges. And yes, I think we will. Just a little bit, add some distress. All right, I like it. I don't think I'm adding gussets. I'm just going to glue this right down. Okay, and for those of you who are new to junk journaling, I know that a lot of you are not. A lot of you have been probably doing this longer than I have. Maybe you've made more journals than I have. But for people that are new, they often wonder, this could be a really busy page. This could be any page, let's say. This could be a page that's already fully decorated. And now I can't find one. All right, let's take this, for instance. Okay. People that are new often fret about what to do with pages like this. Okay? And truthfully, a lot of things can be tipped in. Okay? If I were doing this particular page, I would want my envelope to fit, you know, to be larger. I would want it to fit over the bottom image. Okay? But when you tip it in, you still have this whole new envelope, this whole new, I don't know why I call these envelopes. They're just a big pocket. So these envelope pockets, you tip it in and you can add things. This could be your concert tickets. This could be the flyer to the, you know, to the event, or the, you know, the thing from your, you know, from the play at your kid's school that you just attended. Okay, this could be anything from your particular life, okay, a day in the life of you, that you could tip into the journal, and you can tip right over that. You can tip over it, you can flip this way, you can flip this way, or you can just take this busy page, if you need the space, you need the room, and paper clip something right over the top. Okay, it's up to you. It's up to you. There are no right or wrong ways to do junk journaling. And the more you practice, the more the better you get at it. And I also feel that if you actually journal, if you're a journal maker, if you're making journals, okay, and I don't know, you're making them left, you're making them right, you're making them left, you're making them right, all these journals, if you start actually take one of those journals and start actually journaling in it and actually putting your own things in it, you will become a better journal maker, because you'll understand how you like to journal, and you'll realize, better ways to do what it is you're doing. Like, I am a journaler that I do leave a lot of writing space for people, but when I journal in a journal, I don't really write directly onto the page. I don't. I tend to journal on the stationery that I would stuff inside this pocket, or, something that I would clip on. And that makes me a better journal maker, I believe. Because at least it gives me, something to go by. How would I do it if I were going to journal on it? Okay. I would want a piece of stationery. I would want a tag. I would want something that hangs over the edge. There are so many things, just with this one little piece of ephemera, so many decisions that I would make, or the decision to even make it, is because I journal myself and I know how I would want to do it. So it's important to, if you're making journals for others to use, it's important that you leave blank pages, that you leave writing space, that you leave, room for people to tell their stories. And, okay, did I do the right thing? No, I'm going to do it like this. Okay. You want to leave room for people to tell their stories any way they want to tell them. But your journals become a better place to journal if you know yourself how to journal in a journal. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to use this as a hinge, and you can do anything. You can tip anything into your journal. You can tip, birthday card from your mom, or, the art that came home from your kid's school, or the Mother's Day card that your kid made for you. Okay, you can tip anything into your journal, anything that tells your story your way. All right, I'm using this to tip my guy in. This little praying guy. It's an ancestor. I'm not a gory, a lover of all things gory. I don't like scary, things, Tales from the Crypt or anything like that. But Dia de los Muertos, skeletons, when I look at them, I consider, this is someone's ancestor. This is an ancestor. And this is people calling their, Dia de los Muertos is a time of year when people call their ancestors in. And, they may put their, in the graveyards. They may, go out and decorate their graves the same way that we respect our, people. We, have days of the year where we, Memorial Day, and days when we set aside specifically to go out and, spend time being closer, nearer to our own ancestors. So, anyway, cute. Cuties. All right, so that's a tip in. What else do we have? Here's another one. So we need to decide what to do with this. Do we, you can make it a full plate page flip if you want to. Okay, or we can make it another tip in like we just did, which I think is probably what I'm going to do. Let's see how many we have. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's do this while we're here. Thinking about it. We have to do something with that, so that's 3. All right, so this video is about tip-ins. We have 3 to do. Let's work on this one. Okay, what are we going to back it with? New, something that's going to look good near this. This page, it's a misprint, and I hate that it's a misprint. All right. I think we're going to use this. Maybe we'll do the same thing. Maybe we will use the whole page like we did last time. I was just going to use the half a page, but no. Let's use the whole page, which means that we're going to have to forego one side or the other. And we're going to lose that guy. Those. It's going to be on the inside of our folder, and that's okay. It was a misprint. We're using up our junk. It's junk. Junk. Let's add some junk to our junk journal. All right. We can tip that whole thing in because it is the same size. It is the same, let's clean it up a little bit though. It's the same size as the rest of our pages. So we can tip it in. think we'll keep this and cover this. I hate to cover, it's cute. And I hate to lose those guys. Huh. Decisions. Okay. It's only paper and they can be reprinted, but I don't want to lose these. I don't want to lose them, so I'm not using the whole page. I'm just going to use half the page. This page is already backed. But if we turn it into an envelope instead of a flip, I think I'd like to keep more of the green. And do we keep the top or the bottom? I think the bottom. Okay, like this. Fold this side over since it's going to be the open side. Oh, that's not what I was doing. Folding this side over. Not this side. All right, that just adds a little bit of strength to the opening. This one's already doubled. Has a backer on it. I could have used the side ones. I could have used as a gusset, but I'm not. I'm just going to fold it down. All right, and we want this to be right side up, so I'll be gluing onto this side and leaving this side open. Now, do we have more decisions to make? Yes, we do, because that white, I am not loving the white. So, let's fix it. And I'm thinking maybe I'll use a little distress ink here. And since we're working in using a lot of blues in our work, maybe we'll use this bluish. Where's the opening on this one? It's on this side. So we'll do the same here. Just so it's not so stark and bright white. Okay. That happened. All right, there were choices to be made, and I've made one. Another option to this, just so you know what was going through my mind. Okay, I think sometimes when we, you know, say out loud what we're thinking, it helps someone else when they're thinking out loud at their own desk. Another choice would have been to, you know, since I have reinforced this side, okay, it kind of would have made sense to maybe have the opening on this side, and I could have done that by making, you know, the flip out this way. And we still could. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I distressed right there for nothing, and that would mean that I need to distress on this side just because. All right, decisions. There's no right or wrong way. However you decide to do it on your desk is the right way. And if you end up doing something and you don't like it, not perfect, fix it. Fix it. We're junk journalers. That's what we do. Okay. All right, amazing what a little distress ink can do to change things up. All right. So now we are making our flip outwards. It is going to flip out. This is what we have. What am I doing? Okay. Let's set that aside. Let's glue our 3 sides. And I'm going to have to do probably a tiny little bit of trimming down here. After we glue everything down, we will see what we need to trim. Okay, I'm going to use art glitter glue, which I like to do, especially when I'm using on video. And we're going to flip out instead of in this time. switch things up a bit. All right. Clean up the edges. It's already doubled over. I'm not going to get rid of that, but I can do the corner and this bottom edge, get that cleaned up. All right, and there we have it, pocket. Give a little distress. Both sides. This is the side that the hinge is going on. All right, let's hinge it. I'm hinging onto this. So let's find something that we don't mind using on there. Okay. This is the side we're hinging on. We're going to use that for our hinge. A little bit of angle to that so we don't go over the edge of the page. Let's see. We need to trim off just a little bit, make it even. Okay. The thing I'm taking into consideration right now are the words. So I'm going to put my glue on here and make sure that I'm not covering up my words. Hinge. Wrong. And if you don't get it perfect, which I didn't because I'm doing it the opposite direction that I'm used to doing it in, let me fix it. All right. The page that where'd that go? I don't think this was it. Was that our page? Uh-oh. Yes. Okay, so this is the page that we're hinging onto, and I would really rather have something that matches this. Something other than blue. That would be nice, but it's not large enough. Even this would be better. Okay. All right, this would be better. And do we want it this wide? Not really. Let's trim that down just a little bit. Let me fix this where I pulled it up. Okay, even the best laid plans don't, it really wasn't the best laid plans, was it? We were more winging it on this one. Let's see. I guess I'll make it around this wide. And since that might be showing, let's get rid of its stark whiteness. Okay, and okay. Okay. Yeah, I prefer this to the blue for that page behind. All right, so on that side it'll be blue, on this side it'll be more of a creamy neutral. And our glue is going to go on this side on the blue, and it's going to wrap around the page. We're going to wrap around the page for a flip out. Now, again, you can do this with anything that you want to tip into your journal. This could be, you know, again, could be a flyer from of an event you attended over the weekend, or anything that you want to tip into your journal. There are a gazillion ways to do it. You're only limited by your own imagination when it comes to junk journaling, because there are no right or wrong ways. Although I wouldn't like use this particular video as a model for how to do a tip-in, because, you know, I had to rearrange things. It's still not wrong. It's the way I did it. It's my my journal. I'm the one creating it. There is no right way. There is no wrong way. There is just whatever way you end up doing it. It's perfectly imperfect. Okay. So here's what we have. Now we're going to clean it up. And I could add a piece of washi tape or something if I wanted to. I don't think I'm going... Well, am I going to? I could. Let's see if... Washi or just a strip of paper. Okay. It's all good. Voila! Tip in. Love it. I do. Okay. All right, so now you have extended space. And what do you do if you're the journal, you're the owner of the book now, and you have all the space? What do you do with it? You can tip in your own photographs, you know, from your Dia de los Muertos doings. It doesn't have to be Dia de los Muertos. You can, you know, you can tip things in, you can glue things on, you can paper clip things here. You can, another thing you could do here is add a journaling space. You could glue on a solid color paper that you could journal on. There are so many options. Okay. What else? Her. Oh, she's so cute. All right. I know I'm going to want to do something up there with her. She could actually... We could actually make an uptuck and use her, because then you would have some, instead of putting something here, you could use that for, not hidden, but, you know, for private journaling. And this kind of matches the book. Remember we made these last week? These were index cards covered with decorative napkins. Let's take a look at this. Let me get some of the bulk off here. Add a little bit of glue right there. Well, you got to be careful with napkin. All right. With napkin, a lot of times instead of cutting, I will just file it. I keep this sandpaper block, sanding block on my desk, and use it for this or that from now, every now and then. little puppies are outside. I call them pups. They're probably not pups. They're probably old dogs. But they're little yelpers from next door. Yelpy little dogs, because I hear Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi, they make Chi-Chi bark when they start their little barking. I don't know if you can hear them. I can hear her, and I can hear them. All right. So we could make an uptuck here. And put our girl there. Just use her as a big old journaling card instead of as a tip-in. I think I like it. Okay. All right, I think that we will kind of trim-ish right there. Pencil. All right. So let's trim this up, and am I going to leave it like this, or am I going to put a top coat over it? I think I'm going to put a top coat over it. Am I putting a top coat over it? It'll make it more durable. I am going to put a top coat over it. Yep. That's what we'll do. And I have this close by. Let me put the lid on the glue. And I need a spreader. A glue spreader. Do we have something to spread the glue? I rearranged things on my desk recently, and things are in different places than they used to be. And where are my silicone spreaders? Here's one way over here. Oh, here's this one. Okay, let me get you out of the way. Get you back where you came from. And a piece of glue paper. All right, I'm hoping not to make a big mess on my mat, so that's why I've been using this little mat. All right, we're not going to be able to install this one right away. We're going to need to wait for it to dry. So I'm just going to make a note. I'm just going to make a note of where this is going. All right, I'll just write sunflower uptuck. Okay. All right, yeah, I think we were better off sealing the napkin. right. And it's going here. So let's write on it. Uptuck, sunflower, uptuck. I'll write it in pencil so I can erase that. And that will give someone journaling space here. I'll probably end up covering the back with a writable surface because this was going to be the inside of an envelope, so I didn't mind if it was bright white, but I am not going to leave that bright white on the back of a big journal card. All right. I want to leave this sticking up a little bit somehow, some way. Where is the clip or something to clip it in to know I need to come back here? All right, we need to come back there. What else do we have? I know there was at least one more. At least one more. Oh, I know that we have this. Now, in the other journal, I intended this to be a side tuck. In the other journal, I cut off one of the guys and made it an uptuck. But I think I'm going to go ahead in this one and make it a little side tuck. I'm going to glue it on two edges. Do I want to glue it on the bottom or the top? I'm going to glue the top. The top and down the side. Little dancing guys. Little dancing ancestors. And is that the last one? What's going on here? Okay. Okay. I guess that will do it. All right, we did this one together. I'll probably do the other two journals offline, but it's going to be a very similar process. And next time I see you, we will be moving on to, or next time we work in these journals, I would assume that'll be the next video. We'll be working on pocket stuffers. Things to stuff our pockets with, and then, you know, decorating the pages. We have a lot of loose ephemera for these journals to use to decorate our pages. Okay, very good. We've been here about an hour, so I'm going to say goodbye for now, my friends. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you real soon. Bye.